I've got a real passion for sales, but I didn't always have the passion for sales. I used to hate sales. I can remember when I was at Harvey Norman getting quoted in the press as super salesman Tony Gattari. And I used to hate it, so much so that I used to ring up the journalist and say, no, I'm not in sales. I'm a marketeer, I used to say. I'm a marketeer. Don't you realise I'm general manager? And they used to, but they kept on quoting me. Everyone quoted me as a salesperson. And I was pondering why I was so upset. And can I share you my revelation and insight? And I think this is really important, right? Forget about the technique. You've actually got to get your mindset right first, because there is a lot of negativity in the profession of selling, an enormous amount. What I wanted to share with you, first of all, is this. If I visited you for the first time, and just be totally honest here, and you didn't know what I did, and I came to a barbecue, okay, and this is the first time you ever met me, and you asked me what I did as a profession, and I said, and this is no discredit to this industry, right, but I said, I'm a used car salesman. What's your impression of me? Come on, share me the love. What are you thinking, okay? And just say I've got white shoes on, just to really drive that whole concept. Got white shoes, and I've got some gold chains on. Let me just give me some chunky gold chains. Got to have the gold chains. Okay? Now, what are you thinking of me? Come on. Sleazy. Okay, well, yeah, okay. Highly successful. That's a novelty, okay? What else? Come on. I'm talking about the customers that you're talking to. Remember, this is the way they think. Snake oil, okay. Snake oil, shonky, okay. Okay. I heard handsome, thank you. Okay, handsome, okay. All right. Sleaze bag, manipulator. What was that? Oh, no. Now, I wanted to anchor something here, guys. This is really important, because I actually agree with Dale so much. You know, I'm a marketing expert, right? And, you know, but please recognise one thing. Do not spend money on marketing until you know how to convert the sale. You are wasting your time. All right? Do not go out there and do yellow page advertisements. Don't even do internet marketing, because fundamentally, if you do not know how to close the sale, you lose the game. Forget all the bullshit that's out there. Fundamentally, it doesn't matter if you've got the best soccer team in the world. It doesn't matter if you've got the greatest defence. It doesn't matter if you've got the greatest midfield. It doesn't matter if you've actually got the greatest attack. If you can't put the ball in the back of the net, you still lose the game. And if you do not know how to get an agreement, you don't know what an upgrade is? McCafe. And I just want to really be passionate about making sure that if you are in business, you equip yourself in knowing how to sell before you accelerate the marketing engine. Because I know that in a small business, the greatest single challenge that you will have is cash flow. And you must respect and honour cash flow. You must cherish it and say, I have to respect this money because it's my own. Don't waste money until you've equipped yourself to be brilliant at conversion. So here's the challenge. If you're going to be brilliant at selling, I mean beyond brilliant, and this is what did it for me. This is the switch that I had. It has to fall in line with your value system. And the reason a lot of people don't sell well is because they associate selling with this. And you know, have you seen people's business cards? They changed the name on the business card to remove the word sales. Have you seen it in business? Business development manager, account executive, consultants. What they do is they are so amazingly intimidated by the word sales, we take it out of the vocabulary because the impression that a lot of people have got is this. Now here's what I'd like to do. I want to reprogram you really quickly. Alright? You don't sell. You help people buy. I've never sold. I have never sold in my life. I actually genuinely like to help people. And I actually realise there's a church in Australia called Westfields. And I actually know people like to buy shit. And I know that women like to buy stuff, don't we? Well, I'm not a woman, okay? But do women like to buy stuff? Yeah. Shop till you drop, retail therapy, okay? Shopaholic. Right, well, we love to buy. We hate being sold to. Do guys like to buy? Yeah. And do businesses like to buy? Of course, if you can help them to show how your product and service is going to help their business. It's not about the product, it's about what the product will do for their business. It will either reduce their costs or increase their sales, and you've got to articulate how that will be done. The product is insignificant because remember, your customer is only listening to one radio station. What's in it for them? Do not vomit over your customer. Have you ever seen a vomiter? Let me tell you how much I know. And that is an insane proposition because fundamentally they're trying to prescribe before they diagnose. And really, I've got to get to you where you understand the principle of how you help people buy. The principle is quite simple. Imagine you're a doctor. A doctor, what does a doctor do initially? Diagnose. You have to be brilliant at diagnosis. You have to be brilliant at examination. And if you've done the diagnosis and the examination correctly, then the prescription is easy. Do you get that? Just imagine you went to a doctor and the doctor said, "What's your name?" "It's Henry." And I'm the doctor, and Henry comes into my office, and I go to Henry, "Shut up, Henry. I'm just going to prescribe you anything I want." Now, Henry would say, "You're a quack." Henry would expect, and just imagine that I will sit down with him, take out his file, because Henry's sick. His wife doesn't think he's sick. So he goes, "Oh, doctor, I'm sick." And I go, "Henry, what seems to be the problem?" I take out a file. "Oh, I'm important. I've got a file." I write all the stuff down. I'm taking notes as he's talking. He's going, "Oh, someone cares." When he hits the hot point, I go, "Uh-huh." He goes, "Oh, wow. Must have been really exciting for the doctor now." And then, after a little bit, I give him a prescription. Now, Henry doesn't argue with the prescription. He doesn't say, "No, I want a lower price." He doesn't say, "No, that's wrong." Because I understand the principle that I need to invest in people before I make the withdrawal. So the first bit that I wanted you to do is that if you are going to go into the noble profession of selling, you don't sell. You help people